Hey everybody, good morning. My name is Steve Tamayo. I'm one of the pastors here at Chatham Community Church. Coquita agreed to let me fill in for her this morning. I'm really grateful for that. Before I jump into the announcements, can I pause for a minute of story time? So on Thursday, I'm working out of our Chatham Mills ministry space. And it's starting to rain, and it's starting to rain really hard. Now, I'm a Floridian. I grew up in Florida, and so I'm used to hard rain. I laugh at it. I drive in it. Sometimes I even turn my windshield wipers on when I'm driving in the rain. Totally fine, totally comfortable with rain. I was actually so confident about the rain this week that I went on Facebook and I posted a link to Jars of Clay, the song Flood. You know this? Kind of rain, rain in my face. I'm not going to sing it to you because I am not on the worship team. Shortly after I did that, there was a loud, sound like a bomb going off. The pictures of my children on my desk fell down, and I jumped up, and my fight response kicked in. I discovered that I don't have a flight response. I have a fight response. So I turned around, and I said something really loudly that makes me glad that we don't have audio recorders in the office space. And then I noticed that there was a little bit of water on the ground next to me coming in from the wall. And I thought, we're getting water in our space. Our Chatham Mills ministry space, if you've never been there, is in the basement of a restored textile mill. And so then I said, well, I should do the responsible thing, and I should walk around, and I should see if there's any more water getting into the space. And I went to the prayer room, and I noticed that there's some water getting in. And then I went to the multi-purpose room, and I noticed there's a lot of water in. And then I noticed that there's water coming in underneath the emergency exit door, and that there's water in Cynthia's workspace for Chatham kids, that the preschool room is the only dry room in the whole building, actually. Every other classroom, including our worship space, had water in it. And then I noticed that the windows were busted in the worship space, and there were bricks in the building. And I'm like, did someone... So I walk over, and I would die in a horror movie. I would be like what's that sound? So I walk over, and I see that the retaining wall behind our building has collapsed. The brick wall, and has collapsed into the gutter, this 4-foot gutter that keeps water out of our space. And so Chatham Mills is flooded. If you wonder why are there so many people from our Pittsburgh campus here, this is why. So if you're from the Pittsburgh campus, thank you so much for finding your way up here. If you're from the Woods campus, thank you so much for scooting over and making room for people and being willing to be a little closer, elbow room wise. I'm particularly grateful to John Marshall, to Tim Hayes, to Chris DeCaney, to Cynthia DeCaney, to Alex, to the folks who jumped in and started helping out immediately to help us get the space restored. We have some major renovation work to do to get Chatham Mills up and running again.
There's glass everywhere on the windows.
How's the piano?
It works quite well.
Any serious damage to equipment so far?
No, praise the Lord. I think he parted the Red Sea right before he got here.
Just say that man, there's glass everywhere. Hey, I'm Damian Munn, the sound team coordinator. Right now we're just packing everything up so we can have service at the Roadhouse next week, just like Christmas Eve services. In a way, it's kind of fun tearing everything down and putting it back up again, but I thought those days were over.
Well, you see, the worship space got extremely wet, and we are repairing it, or someone is repairing it, so we are moving to the Roadhouse.
have. We have all these chairs simply because we had to pick them all up, and now we are going to take them somewhere else so that we can get all this crap of tile out of the way. Now, once we do that, we're going to get everything, we're going to pack it all into the trailer that we need for this next day at the Roadhouse, and when we do that, we're going to be pretty good. Everything else is going to the Stitz house, and if you would like their address, give me a call. Then afterwards, we are going to go home, and I am going to take a nice and swell nap. Now, isn't that dandy? Thank you. Hey.
Oh no, the decibel meter fell.
I should worry about it being too quiet. These kids don't know how to pack.